I think it's very important to have lived experience in the room, because quite often there isn't the feedback. It's very rare. It's actually not encouraged for survivors and responders to meet and have knowledge with each other. So it's a rare moment to have someone being able to say, "I'm here because of you, and this is what I've learned." I think that's really important, because it just offers that breadth of moment of a different perspective, and holds together the room of, that's right, that's why we're here. Because ultimately, everyone here is about preserving and saving life. That's it.
The power of storytelling right now is in that shared experience. Everything that people have been through over the last couple of years, and being able to see themselves in the stories that they're seeing and hearing in their local communities, it's more relevant, and we know that they're more likely to take action as a result of that. So there's the opportunity.
So one of the things that we really sort of focus on in Red Cross with our sort of recovery programming is providing people the opportunities and the spaces to be able to tell their stories. Then there might be other opportunities where we might bring people together in sort of community gatherings and sort of help people make sense of it. It's not like a community debriefing, but it's more just getting people coming together, maybe hearing some advice from an expert in the field, but it's actually those connections, and they start to say, "Oh, this is what happened to me," and it's like, "Oh, okay, that happened to me as well."
The key to good collaboration, I think, is having an open space for dialogue, and having a place that, regardless of what level you're at as an organization or what your program area is, whether it's response or recovery or aviation or operations, that there's someone in those other agencies that you can talk to that's in a similar type of program area.
So really, for my presentation today, it was about collaboration, and it was about trying to give people a model to think about collaboration in a different way. We called it connecting the dots on safety. So many people approach things from their own lens. This helps take a much more holistic view that safety is really a system and not a set of separated individual components.
Within the emergency services sector, we do tend to be a bit focused on our own business, which is protection of life and assets and property. And other agencies, the broader public and governments have a lot of other priorities. So for example, we could argue for measures to heat-proof houses for heat waves, which are the greatest mortality natural hazard in Australia, and argue that in terms of purely the life protection. Now, some of those measures will also, and greening cities to manage heat waves, they have amenity benefits, recreational benefits, energy efficiency benefits, and simple thermal comfort. So, you broaden your view of what these are good for, you can possibly tip the argument, and people will say, okay, I've never been worried about heat waves, but this could make our cities and houses more pleasant to live in, as well as reduce the risk of heat-related deaths. We should probably sell a broader message and form collaborations and advocate with other sectors, because they may not have thought of that mutual benefit, that joint effort that could be made in pushing this as a good thing regardless of disaster risk reduction.
In parts of the sector, collaboration is absolutely fantastic, and I think it's often when it's in a certain domain. So when people have common interests, common understanding, common training, collaboration is much easier, I think, than when you start to go cross-disciplinary. And when we look at things like, integrating exposure vulnerability, hazard data, to basically define risk and understand the impacts, you're suddenly going cross-disciplinary, different languages, different motivations and so on. I think it's a challenge, but, we've got technology now that enables it. Trust will be important, and really kind of at endpoint of, basically having a better societal impact will hopefully help us there.
We need to spend time investing in those relationships and making time to do that. That's crucial for our business to do that, and understanding that that is part of our core business. And whilst we're operationally busy, we still need to give credit and allocate resources to building those partnerships, whether it be with local government, whether it be with community. Just need to continue to invest in that space. It is challenging when we're under time pressure, but it is a very valuable thing to do.